Whether you're new to the airsoft scene and you're only just starting to look at gear, or you're a veteran of many years and you've put off getting gear till recently. In either case, getting into the combat gear scene can be as intimidating as getting your first AEG. There are many different philosophies on combat vests. Light versus heavy, style versus practicality, and even quality versus cost. We here at Redwolf Airsoft have our own take on combat vests. PANTAC. They may be costlier than the average made-in-China vest, but these faithful replicas of the real thing are made of full-blown licensed 1000D Kadira, making these vests competitive in the high-end world, if not the best brand for airsofters. Just as useful as a video about picking out your first AEG, Redwolf Airsoft helps you negotiate the seemingly complicated world of airsoft gear. A guide as we wade through the myriad of airsoft vests. This is Redwolf I for the Milsim guy. This is the Coyote Brown edition, where we will be discussing the OTV modular system and its various variations of variants. This is the OTV, or Outer Tactical Vest. This is a replica based on the real version developed by the US Army in response to the increased commonality of CQB fighting and explosive frag, in the attempt to increase the protection of your average US soldier. At its core, the OTV vest is a basic protection package. For all intents and purposes, it's just a Kevlar wrap around the human torso. However, the protection does have gaps necessary for practical mobility. So as you can see, this vest was designed in the heyday of CQB fighting. It puts all the armor in the obvious places on the front and back, like some medieval piece of armor. But in much the same way, because of the practical need for mobility, it puts holes in all the necessary joint areas, like the shoulder all the way around the arm. And of course features almost no protection on the actual sides, so that I can still rotate my trunk quite easily. Most significantly is the total lack of neck protection, following the trend of 20th century body armor, with ballistic armor not requiring to protect the neck from the sword strikes towards the head of the century before. So altogether, that means you've got armor on the front of the torso, armor on the back of the torso, and that's it. Following in the trend of simplicity, this thing is worn much like a jacket. Simply with a Velcro strap down the middle, and then the double wrap there, and that's it, it's off. But of course the mobility is all good and well, but in the 21st century, with the prevalence of IEDs, frag coming from all directions, the lack of protection on the sides and the neck is an issue. IED! Oh, this is where the modular set comes in. Now of course these extra pieces were never supposed to stop an AK-47 bullet, that's what the vest is for. Instead, the added armor is supposed to give you that extra 360-degree protection against fragmentation. It is these shrapnel injuries to major blood vessels that causes bleed-out deaths, the leading cause of soldier fatalities in the last 100 years. So first up, we have the neck protector, the little Kevlar O-ring of life. Next up, we have the set of underarm protectors, which is quite simply a plate of Kevlar with a pair of elasticated straps, bound at the top with Velcro pad underneath. As you can see from these pads now, we've gained an awful lot of protection on the lateral thorax, as well as the added neck protection protecting the carotid and jugular arteries. Of course, we do point out that in airsoft, if pellets are penetrating your major arteries, then you're clearly at the wrong game. Next, we have the groin protector. In real life, it guards your femoral artery. In airsoft, let's go with femoral artery. So we're coming along nicely, but now for the pièce de résistance, the shoulder pad. So, diminished mobility, but increased protection.
Incoming IED!
Yeah, well, and of course, added note, extra tacticalness. I can barely move in this thing. Okay, so what did they do? Revision. The smart folks in R&D gave them this. To the SPC. You can see the reduction in mass over the tops of the shoulders, which makes my arms and neck easier to move around. This front pad is shaped like a jacket, but on mine, it's shaped like a solid piece of plate with curved corners, which again improves the mobility of my arms moving across my chest, particularly important considering I'm going to be carrying a gun all day long anyway. The original OTV lacked side protection, and the afterthought modular armor fixed this to a point, but in the new SPC version, it includes side armor, including miniature plates, greatly improving its side protection. The SPC has better balanced protection. It's designed to be symmetrical in the front. I undo the clasp here, and then lift up this flap. Then, as you can see here, there are two separate flaps for the sides, which releases the armor of my body. Then, the last remaining step, there are clips to undo, which removes a plate symmetrically. Unlike the OTV, the scalable plate carrier was designed deliberately to engage with the modular armor system the whole time, with deliberate modularity in mind. With each piece that you add, you increase the protection of the vest at the cost of the mobility for the joint that is extra covered. With the deliberate addition this time around, this thing was always supposed to take shoulder pads. So, with the first vest slightly tricky issue trying to fit them on, this is purposely designed to fit shoulder pads comfortably. Curved size on the plates, the shoulder pads can now move over the torso much more easily. The side panels originally, of course, already had decent protection, but now with the double layering, the armor goes right the way up under the arm, and it offers double layer of protection now on the sides. The MTV, or Modular Tactical Vest, is the latest and greatest version of the technology. As you can tell in the name, it's also supposed to marriage with the modular protection system, except it's seamlessly integrated all the more better. The armored sides come right the way up to the top, so now you don't even really need an underarm protector, though if you did, you would have true double-layered protection. The external shape of the shoulder straps is very similar to that of the SPC, which means I've still got the same or similar degree of mobility. But unlike the SPC, the straps on the top are not just simple plain straps, but they're actually flat and armored, which means that it sits on top of the collar far more squarely, keeping it in position, and offers a double layer of protection. PANTAC's MTV comes with the collar protector, as well as the groin protector. PANTAC also sells the MTV with these handy little buttstock pads, which means that gone are the days of those weapons sliding off your armored shoulder. Now they actually have a backstop, but they are velcroed on, so if you wanted to, you could just pull them off. So with the neck protector already included, and the groin protector already included, and with the side armor not really necessary at all, the only thing you can add now is the shoulders. So you get the vest with most of the things included already, then you buy the shoulders separately, you add them on, and it's so awesome I could cry. So for these and many more fantastic PANTAC products, do check out our website at www.redwolfairsoft.com.